First, the top headlines. A one-day awareness program on intellectual property rights held at DMU. CM Yumnam Khemchan Singh reviews roadmap for state's economic revival through integrated farming. CM Khemchan appeals for peace as protests erupt in Kuki majority areas. Sujanpur limps back to normalcy after violent protests over Kukijo BJP MLAs joining Manipur government. Ganglei people against narcotics and psychotropic substances pledges to carry drives against uncontrolled opening of liquor shops in the state. Manipur Voice highlights AI sovereignty and inclusion at UN AI Summit in Bangkok. Hello and welcome to ELITETV English News. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime Time Bulletin, and this is Dr. Aleza giving you the news in detail. A one-day awareness program on intellectual property rights was held today, the 7th February, at DM College of Science, Danamanjuri campus. The event was organized by IPR Cell, Danamanjuri University, and was attended by Danamanjuri University Manipur Vice Chancellor Professor W. Chandababu Singh, DM College of Science and Dean School of Human and Environmental Sciences, Danamanjuri University Principal Professor K.S.H. Birbal Singh, Intellectual Property Right, IPR Cell, Danamanjuri University Nodal Officer Professor N. Subhash Chandra Singh. Speaking on the occasion, IPR Cell, Danamanjuri University's Nodal Officer Professor N. Subhash Chandra expressed that intellectual property rights comes into the picture when scientists, research scholars and students work in the field of making new products or new technology. IPR is also essential for commercialization of new products, ideas or technologies. He stressed that the program is being held to create greater awareness on the use, rights and usefulness of IPR.
International Institute, Academic Institute, Dr. Idamakta Darkar Windono, Haibudo, Madu, Mayek, Kangan, Nabakitamakta, Musu, Zazinda, Sapazinda, Saspolazinda, awareness, Amapina, Vidamakta, research, commercialization, Mind of we are the gay, Appiana combined with the gay, Maruina, economy, the research is there, on Popogi Pandam, IPR sale na try logo the game so IPR BDT logo the game have been
In a significant push towards revitalizing Manipur's economy, Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchan Singh today, February 7, chaired a high-level review meeting focused on promoting the integrated farming system across the state. The meeting, which was held at the Cabinet Hall of the Chief Minister Secretariat, was attended by Chief Secretary Dr. Punit Kumar Goyal, Additional Chief Secretary Vivek Kumar Dawangan, Commissioner to the Chief Minister and Ashok Kumar, Director of Horticulture and Soil Conservation K. Devdatta Sharma, Director of Agriculture Peter Salam, and other senior officials. The review meeting centered on leveraging Manipur's vast agricultural and horticultural potential to drive economic recovery, with particular emphasis on diversified and sustainable farming practices. The Chief Minister directed concerned departments to actively promote alternative crop cultivation along with elite agricultural activities, especially in the hill districts, to enhance farmers' incomes and strengthen rural livelihoods. Deliberations during the meeting also explored the state's prospects for exporting agricultural and horticultural produce, identifying value addition and market linkages as key enablers for economic growth. Officials discussed strategies to integrate farming activities with animal husbandry, fisheries and horticulture to ensure optimal utilization of resources and resilience against climate and market risks. The Chief Minister underscored that integrated farming could serve as a catalyst for long-term economic revival by generating employment, boosting productivity, and ensuring sustainable development across both hill and valley regions of the state. Manipur Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh on February 6 appealed for calm and restraint amid escalating protests in Kuki majority areas over the formation of a popular government in the state, warning that violence would only worsen the situation in the Stratton region. The appeal came a day after Singh was sworn in as Chief Minister and chaired a cabinet meeting at the same secretariat to discuss the prevailing security scenario in the northeastern state. Tensions have risen in Kuki-Jomi inhabited districts following the imposition of shutdowns and protest rallies opposing the participation of MLAs from the community in the process of forming a popular government. Addressing the situation, CM Yumnam Khemchand Singh said he had held meetings with senior ministers and officials to review the security arrangements and take necessary decisions to contain unrest. He asserted that there was no scope for violence by any community and stressed the need to resolve issues through constitutional and legal means. Normalcy began returning to parts of Manipur's Rachanpur district on February 6 after 2 days of protest triggered by the participation of 3 BJP legislators from the Kuki-Jo and Mar communities in the formation of a popular government in the state. Police said the protests, which began on February 5, were largely confined to the streets between next Uripok and Kangchut. However, due to the non-completion of the said Lamsang Bridge for the past 5 years, general public and commuters have been residents of Lamphel Sanakaitel area
bottles, plastic bags, adigi tongan ba ligli glass ki oiba bottle sing su adumok tari haiba tare ado leiriba signboard sigi mathau se ningthina tawribra mi singsi fine thigrabra natraga na akoibegi leiriba film sigi praja singna kari phongdok ningba leiri haibadu meyam puna khangmina nabegi tanza matang lomina se
aikoi di sai se yamna luna nana leheninge khosi insang si yon banina phajadaba leiragadi mina pamwena yam nana sorok pha khodi sing chai chai dena ukun kadana ba insang yole si siline ba ko ahing sidane lo langchelamba mi leimane na khoi mayam sina hainai ba kamain tori jana subu heta nongamba ga leiram subu nongamba leiram subu khoi hainai ba sida leiriba singse akoina jo hame masing tang pharaga Fine tabra, mayam si mamang dele pan bara, ang tang tauradi, nungan de ko na koi hainay ba.
Lunalan ba si di ko? Asil lay kaya na taga mina nupi singkina pa sana henganga ba tuna nan gani.
Adu di laikai gi thogdang khara
change ba wan mai hoy. Akoy pun na magyanta na di kada hunjan doi no ba.
Mane
Praja na isai sana gyanta ga dem pham chan hundo ga di smart city de dum oi doin. Sana gyanta da ga di kamaina semjang gani. Mo dum nei tam.
Paja singchina haibadi ananba haibache mokhoida leite ba khitang amana khitang kainom ta thanamba yade mayam je thamjan doi honai ba aduna ne bas dei da mocha leiba tawriba mayam je do yari gai di si seng ba je mayam na kanona kari haitare kanona sengi ni adu itar gadi ekhoi haina moisu masa na luna nalan leiba je tamba haibaje madi isa gi darkar ne na khan badi phaiye ba ai gi mol ainati
lamdam sigi smart city haina koliba jaga sing asida karam famda karam film sing leiri aduga praja sing duna kari tawhaningba aduga haibo na chingba wafam sing adu makhatana karam ba toba jaga sigi thangmai ban leiri naga mapal khuyathong adi kasampar weng lekai sum leiri wafam se film si matangda 79 ga loina na pakdom jariba bisoj nam elite news lamfair.
Now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Imado, iboki manakta thinkibadagi chawlang na tale
ngo mahak tu tv narabani
tv di yumda lega laing asya kari gi mapamda thido
ma do mafam sida leibadi mayam na kari haina ngangna
mi na ngangna badu nate
mashi arjun ꯍꯧꯒꯠꯂꯛꯄꯗ ꯁꯔꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯖ ꯄꯤꯔꯁꯤ
Arjun Mamagi thoiba
ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯃꯤꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯅꯪꯕꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯩꯁꯨ ꯇꯤꯚꯤ ꯔꯤꯃꯣꯠꯀꯤ ꯃꯔꯝꯗ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯈꯪꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯟꯕꯗꯨꯅꯤ ꯇꯤꯚꯤꯅ ꯀꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯈꯦꯠꯅꯕ ꯊꯝꯂꯤꯕ ꯇꯤꯚꯤ ꯂꯥꯌꯦꯡꯕꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯕꯨ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯄꯥꯡꯕꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨꯔꯣ ꯄꯦꯁꯦꯟꯠꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯉꯥꯏꯔꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯦꯁꯦꯂꯥꯏꯖ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨꯔꯣ ꯑꯦꯃꯔꯖꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯣꯃꯥ ꯅꯦꯠ ꯃꯜꯇꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯦꯁꯤꯌꯦꯂꯤꯇꯤ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥल ꯁꯤꯡꯖꯃꯩ ꯃꯊꯛ ꯇꯣꯡꯊꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏꯗ ꯍꯥꯡꯗꯣꯛꯆꯔꯦ Hospital asina maruina BP stroke brain tumor lambi ki khudongthiba spinal disc prolapse spinal tumor amadi migraine chingba layengli Hospital asida neuro gi layeng bada changba afabo makhal gi khusu khulai amadi machine marang kaida lei masina kokka mari leina ba tongan tonba makhal gi anaba sing ningthina layengli lamdam masida neurosurgeon yamna tangali ba maramna chingmadi arapa phum dagi lakpa anaba sing neurosurgeon unana ba honabada awaba kya mayongdari masida sunatna matam thintana anaba layengna maram oraga khudong thiba kya sumayongdari masi punamakta khara do orabusu kananaba Dr. Parkinson Singh MCS Neurosurgery AIMS New Delhi na masamaki hospital asida pung kunmari leiduna anaba sing layengli hospital asida ataba mamalda layeng matana OPD general amadi ICU beds operation medicine x-ray amadi lab kamai le nasu ataba mamalda phangalli ngasi maglension biro amadi kudong chaba singa silobi ho hena kubam road gidamak hospital asigi telephone number 7005534166 natraga 8974572154 da pau phabirak yagani sir cha
thank you तातो के दौरे
लोग खरा थुंबनी
हक्चांग थोक्तबा लायो होबा हक्चांग मेंग ताबो तोब्रो
तौदे कईगिनो
Maramdi tuberculosis ki symptom singni nahak test tawrobra
तौद्री दरकार ओइब्रा
darka oi maramdi TBS test tawroba matungda treatment hogadaba
लाइंग लदि फबा ngamgadra
सोइदन फबंग ngमगनी टीवी थुंगने खंगलबदी ट्रीटमेंट तौबगी सबसाबा प्लान ले गवर्नमेंट की हेल्थ सेंटर सिंगदा फ्री द लाइंग ले
TB kanagumba amade hekta thungba yai Haksan sonba, nutrition watpa, churup thakpa, yu thakpa, ahal oiraba sing, diabetes natraga ICIB ga loina na hingliba singda TB thungba yabagi akiba lai. Madugi damak luna khanbigan ngasimak health center da chatlaga test tawthokpiyo.
Ayhangna taibang khongda jarakibase kumjali singamaga samapal humphudra 1970 March ke kunipal lamtagina kun mathoi ni panba thang janamit ki ayuk pung mapanda ayha taibang phaurakki lo leijaba phije leijaba lining leijaba maitai phurup se amukta di ningkha tamna lining mikha pondaba chu oirasi.
Welcome back. Now moving on to the news. As artificial intelligence rapidly transforms governance, economies and social systems worldwide, concerns over inclusion, sovereignty and equitable access took center stage at a 3-day international AI summit held under the aegis of the United Nations in Bangkok. The high-level gathering attended by over 600 delegates from more than 150 countries focused on advancing the vision of AI for all, while addressing the widening digital divide faced by developing nations and smaller regions. Organized by AI for Developing Countries, the summit brought together policymakers, technologists, civil society leaders, and industry experts to deliberate on how artificial intelligence can be made more inclusive, context-sensitive, and development-oriented for the global South. India was represented at the summit by Mr. Hawam Joyremba, founder and managing director of Cube 10 Technologies Private Limited, marking his third consecutive participation at United Nations platforms after earlier engagements in Geneva and Vienna. His continued presence at global AI forums underscored the growing relevance of voices from smaller states and underrepresented regions in shaping international technology policy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on February 7 said that the interim trade agreement framework with the United States will strengthen the Make in India initiative by opening new opportunities for farmers and entrepreneurs and generating large-scale employment for women and youngsters. Thanking US President Donald Trump for his personal commitment to strong bilateral ties, Modi said the agreement reflected the growing depth, trust and dynamism of the India-US partnership. PM Modi said the framework would strengthen Make in India by creating opportunities for farmers, entrepreneurs, MSMEs, startup innovators, fishermen, and other stakeholders. He added that the move will generate large-scale employment for women and youngsters and would also help strengthen resilient and trusted supply chains and contribute to global economic growth. A suicide bomber blew himself up at a Shia mosque during Friday prayers in Pakistan's capital, killing at least 31 people and injuring 169 others, said officials, in one of the worst terror attacks targeting the community in recent years. The powerful explosion, which was heard from a far distance, took place at Khadijatul Kubra Mosque, Imambargh, in the Tarlai area of Islamabad, the police said in a statement. The suicide bomber was stopped at the gate of the Imambargh, but he detonated himself, police and eyewitnesses said. No group immediately claimed responsibility for the blast. However, police sources said the attacker was a foreign national and had links with Fitna al-Kharaji, a term used for Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP). Citing eyewitnesses, Geo News reported that the terrorist first opened fire and then detonated himself. Meanwhile, India has firmly rejected Pakistan's allegations linking New Delhi to a suicide bombing at a mosque in Islamabad that killed at least 31 people and injured 169 others, calling the claims baseless and condemnable. The Ministry of External Affairs strongly denied any involvement, stating that Pakistan was attempting to divert attention from its own internal problems by blaming others for what it termed homegrown ills. A convoy believed to be carrying American officials arrived on Friday at the site of talks between Iran and the United States, where the two countries are set to hold negotiations over Tehran's nuclear program. The talks on Friday come after a chaotic week that initially showed plans for regional countries to take part in talks in Turkey. The two countries have returned to Oman, a sultanate on the eastern edge of the Arabian Peninsula, months after rounds of meetings turned to ash following Israel's launch of a 12-day war against Iran back in June. The US bombed Iranian nuclear sites during that war, likely destroying many of the centrifuges that spun uranium to near weapons-grade purity. Israel's attacks decimated Iran's air defenses and targeted its ballistic missile arsenal as well. Associated Press journalists saw the American convoy drive into a palace on the outskirts of Muscat near its international airport. One of the vehicles flew American flags. Vehicles that carried Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi arrived earlier, with Iranian state television saying he was meeting with Omani Foreign Minister Badr al-Busaidi. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. And before we wind up, let's take a look at the headlines once again. A one-day awareness program on intellectual property rights held at DMU. CM Yunam Kem Chan Singh reviews roadmap for state's economic revival through integrated farming. CM Kem Chan appeals for peace as protests erupt in Kuki majority areas. Churachandpur limps back to normalcy after violent protests over Kukijo BJP MLS joining Manipur government. Kanglei People Against Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances pledges to carry drives against uncontrolled opening of liquor shops in the state. Manipur Voice highlights AI sovereignty and inclusion at UN AI Summit in Bangkok. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.